Hey everybody, Radioactive here, and today is going to be the Survivalfest overview video. Now we'll see how much I'm actually able to fit into this video, but there's so much. I just sat down, didn't plan this. I just figured, I'm getting all my stuff sorted. I should probably do a video on it. So first, you know what? Let's go through the loot first. Let's go through the loot. Of course. My desk is so full of just stuff. I had to clean up some already. First, the bandana, the Survivalfest bandana. It's seen better days already, but that'll find a place on my wall eventually. I also got a Survivalfest 2026 themed mini booster. Now, it again, it's seen better days, but I got it this way, so this one isn't my fault. It looks like possibly Little Rocket. I'll have to ask, but it seems like Little Rocket front. Something I noticed about this this front is you can rear load half darts, and you can front load N1 and then spigot fire MXL, which I think is so cool. I'm looking at this blaster and I already notice several things that I would update to make it better, but that's just how my mind works. We've got the punch card that I got from M0. We only completed the team building exercise, but if you've seen any M0 of my group, then you'd see why. And of course, my group this time around, I actually went with a group. This is the second big HVZ I've gone with. I've gone with a group too. I went with Lorecore and met up with Noble team and a couple of other stragglers, I believe. Michael from, I think they're from Orca Company. I believe so. And I think, I feel bad because I'm going to miss names, but yeah. I went with all of them. So that would be Ray, Ryan, Nick, Bradley, Pixit, Colin, Special Agent Ray's dad. I don't remember the names of Alec, Leo, I think, and that's it. I know there are 2 or 3 more that I'm forgetting. Make sure I got everybody from Lorecore. Special Agent Ray's dad, Ray, Bradley, Pixit, Colin, Noah. Noah is less on my mind because they played zombie the entire game, so I didn't see very much of them. But Noah, Ray's dad, Colin, Noah, Pixit, Bradley, Nick. Did I say Ryan? There was a lot of us. It's tough to keep track of, especially sitting down trying to do a video just freehand. A big thanks to Pixit. So Pixit went ahead with Bradley and Colin, and they stopped by in West Virginia and got me a patch. So that's pretty cool. I've got the Survivalfest 2025 patch that I didn't get when I was there last year. I've got the 2024 patch, which I think I have the sponsor patch, but I didn't think I had this one, so I went ahead and picked it up. Then I've got a red and a green pin of the key, the Survivalfest key. I've got Survivalfest 2026 key coins, rather. This is the sponsor coin because I did sponsor this year. I think just at the bronze level. Got a couple of these. I don't know what they're called. I think they're supposed to go on your bandana, but I didn't do that. A Hail Hydrate coin. Excuse me. An Atlanta Blaster Club pin and an Atlanta Blaster Club shirt. So that's cool. Some of these stickers have kind of seen better days as well. A couple of PTC stickers. I've got an OFD Old Fusion Designs. This could actually fit on my gear. I'm gonna have to put that on my gear. The problem, I also picked up some more gear, but we'll get to that in a minute. Boo Boo Battalion. This is probably also, no, that's a red Survivalfest sticker, 2026 sticker. I've got some, I don't know what this one's name is. Probably like, I don't know. It's a Pride Greg Mammoth. I don't know if there's a specific name that they go with. I'm sure there is. I'm sure Evan has a name for everything. Regular, is this Big Greg or is this Greg Hefty? This is Big Greg. I've got a Grable sticker, the Greg Table sticker. You might see this and be like, not my proudest moment, building an even stronger blaster. And it's just a hole in a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which is a little suspicious. Not my proudest moment. This is actually in reference to when Evan shot Big Greg through a sandwich. For some reason. Church of the Floor Cult? I thought it was Red Floor Cult. Am I wrong? I don't know. There's some combinations that go on with these groups that they just come up with like a combination of 3 or 4 different names. Containment Crew sticker, a Survivalfest. Oh, there's a thing. Probably a Rickroll. I'll go for it. Survivalfest business card. Great Lakes Action Sports Summit Galaxy foil. And this is from Femdoc. Yeah, art by Femdoc. They had some really nice art. Sad I couldn't get back to their table to pick up some of that art, some more of that art, but yeah. Then I got a shot glass with the 2026 logo and the Survivalfest on it. A frosted shot glass. Pretty cool. Of course, I kept... There's a bug got in with all my gear, apparently. We have the brochure, I guess, for 2026. And a... Yeah, this is a little rough. This was in my my pack. One of my dump pouches all weekend, and it rained on it, so it's a little rough. But a special Zombies handbook that I'm probably gonna keep, stick it somewhere. Stalker, Lurker, Hydra, Flesh Beast, Charge Creeper. Okay, so I thought I got this right. The Clicker's Unstunnable Blind special that uses its elevated touch and hearing senses to navigate. Clickers are easily aggravated by sound, ammo, and possible other triggers. When aggravated, they'll lash out and run at humans in short bursts. Be aware that some have better hearing than others, so stay alert at all times. Okay, so it was short bursts. Okay. Short burst, but it doesn't seem like there's a... Okay. 5 to 10 step running burst. I went to that area, mission 3, and was so freaked out because I thought that any sound would trigger them and they would just continue to run after me. Like, I stayed dead silent the entire time because I was so scared of them. I think this, one last thing that I picked up, this is just random assorted stuff I haven't done yet. This is a random piece of lightly radioactive thorium ore that I got. This is barely above background. I think it goes up to, I don't remember, like 100 clicks. I don't remember. I would have to ask Nick. Nick of Lore Corps gave this to me. So we're gonna put that somewhere up on my mementos shelf. Now these are things that I already had. I did pick up a whole box of regular worker darts. I would normally not do so, but I have projects that require worker darts. Specifically worker darts that I do want to get done. And the last little bit that I picked up during Survivalfest. Oh, I've got some more stuff over here. Come here. So this is my, this is my Survivalfest. I think it's mostly sponsors got the green one, and then the red one was for everybody, but I can't remember fully. And then the Shadow Under Athens, one of the patches from last year. I picked one of those up and put them on my gear. I think I'm gonna try and have a memento on my gear of every HVZ that I go to. I haven't put on Arctic Rock, or I can't remember what it was called specifically, but the M3H5, I haven't put that on there yet. Let me make sure that we're still running here real quick. Yeah, we're still running. Plenty of time. And I also picked up these two. I also picked up these two. Yes, I still got this here. So let's get into what my loadout was. Actually, let me clear some of this. This doesn't need to be here. Ooh, things are falling. Slowly falling. So, my gear this year, I don't remember if I went over my gear. Which, oh, that's come undone. Probably one of the times I've fallen. Alright, so, my gear this year, I used 2 blasters. I used this one as my main, and this one as my secondary. So this was on my left, this was on my right. Of course, in the leather holsters that I got from Brain last year and have used in every HVZ that I've been a part of. Pretty solidly made. Protects the blaster, holds the blaster pretty well. One for both sides. I'm actually getting 2 hammer shot holsters for hopeful PvP use. We'll see. I do want them. I don't know what I want them for yet. So, I filled M0. M0 loadout were those 2 blasters and full of MXL, full of MXL, full of MXL, and it rained pretty heavily, so I ended up actually putting my safety glasses in this. I'm gonna get that damn fly. It came in with the gear. Hopefully I scared it off. But yeah, so that was the setup. This one was empty for possible objectives, holding my time card, any random ammo or socks that one of my team members wanted to put on me, because I always had blaster in this hand. and it was really difficult to reach this particular pouch. I might try and shift things more over so that I have some gear, some more ammo to pull from on my left, because I reach down ammo. When I'm free, I holster this blaster and then move ammo to the other side so I have more ammo to pull from. M1 through M5, all of these were filled with MXL darts. Around 60 or so darts total in my loadout. And that's all I ran. So with gear out of the way, we'll leave this here, because I'm about to get into my M0 through M5, like the story, right? So, convention. Let's do convention first. Let's start with the convention. Well, I guess actually we should start from here. So my drive from home to Tallahassee to meet up with Lorecore was approximately 4 hours. I stayed at one of Lorecore's, one of the members' houses, just overnight. Left at about 8 or 9. Didn't get in until probably 2 in the morning. It was late. So approximately 18 hours. So already getting there, I was 22 hours in. Well, first day, convention, we get there early, we set up. The convention was great. So a lot of people, more people than last year. It was a lot of fun. I saw a lot of people that I met last year. It was great. Glad to see them again. Met some new people, including Hexgen, I think, was the table next to mine. I hadn't met them before. They have a very unique design language that you can kind of like, you see a blaster and you know it's made by them. It was really cool. I hope to talk to them again sometime soon. I saw Evan was able to shoot the rocket propelled Greg a couple of times. Broke the trigger off, which wasn't my fault. They were too quick with their printing and printed the layer lines the wrong way. So it was printed in the weak direction anyway. Firing Titan rockets at 80 FPS is really fun. Went around, talked to everybody, talked to Turkey, talked to James and Alan. Alan's a local, so it was good to see them again. Good to see James again. I talked to as many moderators as I could. Went and talked to ABC. I talked to Adam from OFD. I talked to Alex from I think it's Detroit Dart Talk, or maybe Detroit Dart. I don't remember. Detroit Dart and then some adjective or verb, or talk to Containment Crew. And there were a lot of other clubs like PTC. There was the ZIA, Zombie something agency, Zombie Intelligence Agency, I think. There were so many people, I couldn't name them all. There were some fun like mini games happening at the same time that, unfortunately, being a vendor, I wasn't able to go and attend in. Bradley, I believe, won the sidearm challenge, which, proud of him. Sidearms, kind of his thing as well. Next time I see him, I'm going to challenge him to a duel, so that should be fun. I brought 12 blasters to sell, And I sold out of the B-Car MXL in about an hour and a half. And then by the end of the weekend, I didn't sell my the last blaster until the event had concluded. We got back, and Nick actually bought break action Radson off of me. That was 11 out of 12 blasters that I brought to sell. So that was really fun. M0. M0 starts, it's already raining. We decided we're going to walk all the way across campus for the team building exercise. We get there, there's already a group there. I think they went, we went the back way. I think they went the front way past last year's safe zone. Which I'm surprised. I don't know if that was a no play zone or not. We didn't spend a lot of time on that side of campus. So we get there. There are a few zombies. It's not that bad. There are just a couple. We get everything done. But then the other human group leaves, leaving us with all the zombies. So we go down, take an even further back way through to all the way, I think we cut through safe zone and over to paw print, where we just kind of sit for about 30 minutes. We just kind of, we're repelling zombies. There's a couple of blue vests that I'm specifically like focused on. They might have gotten a couple tags, but they got a lot fewer tags than they would have if I wasn't there. They were a pretty good zombie. I think they won best zombie, possibly. Really tall person. I don't remember their name. I'm really bad with the names. I could probably point you to them in a picture, but yeah, they just kept charging at me. Eventually some red vests are coming at me, and I take a step back so that I can reload, and then a couple of people who don't have Mega or MXL get tagged while I'm reloading, and there's just not enough Mega or MXL to really hold up. Eventually, they start organizing against us. They organize behind this massive tower shield and a conga line, and they're eventually able to kind of bully us, move us around. We get pushed back away from paw print, and probably my best moment of the entire game happens, where a red vest charges at me. Red vest, claw, shield. Charges at me. I shoot them, they block with the shield. I load, I prime, and they swing inches from me. I fire, they block. Yeah, they fire, I block, or I fire, they block. I load my last dart, swing. No, wait a minute. Fire, I had 2 darts in hand, block, miss. Prime, or load, prime, miss, or they miss. I fire, block. Load, prime, go to aim, and then I realize I'm falling backwards now. I was sprinting backwards away from this zombie because I knew if I turned to run away, they would get me. They just barely missed. I was able to keep just out of reach twice, and then I start falling backwards. The only reason I'm not tagged right there is because I fall backwards, flat onto my back. I'm dazed for a half second. This zombie is just kind of standing over me like, do I tag this person? Do I tag this person who's just fallen? Or do I make sure they're okay? They go to reach down at me, it's back. Almost. Damn it, this one fly, I need to get it. It's pissing me off. They go to reach for me with just an open hand now, and I don't know if they dropped their shield or if they moved their shield to their like forearm, if it was always on their forearm, but they reach towards me. And I've been told stories all weekend already about FSU and how they always do, if somebody, it's tag first, help, and then help, kind of. And that's a bad way to put it, but it's, okay, we're going to tag you, and then we're going to, unless it's like real bad, we're going to tag you, and then we're going to help you up. Make sure you're okay. So I'm like, brain's going a million miles an hour. I feel like they said something to me. I don't know what they said, but I have no darts in hand, no darts in main blaster. So I reach for this blaster, still in holster, grab it, flip it towards them, still in the holster, fire from the hip, and hit them square in the chest. And then they say, "Oh, well, I should have tagged you," or something along those lines. I say, "Oh, well, I didn't want to get tagged, so I just had to make sure that you were tagged." Something along those lines. And they helped me up, and I went on my way. Fired a couple more darts, and then I ran out. The line was falling back. I had dropped something. I had dropped something, and here came a red vest, and I just had nothing for them. I had no socks, no darts, nothing. So I ended up getting tagged. And then I just went to search for the thing that I had dropped. Ended up finding it. So that's M0. We come back around M1. M1 was hectic. We went to LLC, and that's probably 300 feet away from safe zone. So, of course, that's where zombies are going first. We get there. It is a hold area mission. Nobody knew this at the time, but there was a special zombie objective to tag a couple of the moderators. During the briefing with Alexander Roya, I said, "Hey, do we need to protect you? Will something bad happen if you get tagged?" And all they said was, "I don't like being tagged." So in my mind, I relayed the information. I was like, "Hey, something might happen if our moderator gets tagged. We need to be careful," especially with the lore of Alexander being a robot that was that had gone crazy, not crazy, but had basically rebelled or whatever, that was then hacked, basically, to become good again. So I thought, if they get tagged, they're going to turn, and it's going to be real tough for us. We only took the difficulty 2 mission, the lowest difficulty that wasn't Baby's first HVZ, which the zombies are specifically told to stay away from. So M2, we're like, okay, or difficulty 2, like, okay, it's not going to be too difficult. We're going to be able to get stuff done. We'll be able to finish it and then go help. There's not a lot of people doing M2, not M2, difficulty 2. So we probably need to go there. Well, halfway through looking for all of the code, the pieces of code, we get completely overrun by the entirety of Troll Squad. We are outnumbered, basically out of the gate. We lose Nick and Special Agent Ray's dad, and I think a member of one of the members that I can't remember the name of from Noble. So we lost 3 members from that, but it could have been way worse. We retreat back to safe zone and wait out the Horde. The Horde walks past and I think goes to bother in difficulty 3. We go back. There are a couple of zombies, specifically our own members, kind of, and then the adaptive special. So the reason why we actually fell back was we kind of had to stay in one spot. Well, the adaptive was I think they were a tank at that point. But also, here comes basically Zekna from last year. I'm pretty sure they had a shield and a blue vest and they were a boomer, and they popped 15 feet at most from where people are taking a knee trying to figure out these codes. Somehow we're able to get out of there. Oh, let's not go over this. They pushed us back so hard that I actually backed over the objective and fell over a bunch of people, which is the moment that Nick and Special Agent Ray's dad fell. Like they got tagged, and then we got boomed, and the fall disoriented me a little bit. I should have seen the boomer coming and tagged them from further distance. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I feel like that's my bad. So we go back, safe zone, then we come back once the horde has kind of left from nobody being at the objective. Alexander gets tagged. Nothing happens, and we don't find out until later that they had to tag both the moderators, and then they get like shields and extra gear and stuff. We're able to finish it. We come back, and that is M1 done. Apparently, difficulty 4, difficulty 3 and 4, I think failed. I believe that James's group got turned away. Like they ended up just being completely overrun and had to bail. So that's M1. M2 was the most intense, long-winded, physically exhausting mission that I have ever done. I haven't done a lot of missions, so maybe that isn't saying much, but holy shit. So we get to... We do M2. We go all the way back to... I can't remember which green it is. It's the green from last year, where Final Stand took place on. Go all the way there to the witch area. Couple of zombies on us at that point. Nothing too much happening. And then more and more zombies show up as we're trying to figure out this objective. I almost get tagged. The witch goes off and then starts running directly towards me, and I'm like, I didn't say anything, but I'm running. I'm not dealing. I'm gonna run, and I'm running this way, and here comes a shield zombie running this way. And like the last second, we realize, oh shit, that's a human, and oh shit, that's a zombie. And I just barely dodge out of the way. You can barely see it on Sorrow Sparks M2 video. We get through with that, then we continue. We start a long march, going to like 5 or 6 relay stations for the objective. Basically kiting the witch from one area to the next, with more and more and more and more zombies on us. We probably have 70% of the horde on us by the time we get to LLC, where 3 or 4 relays are. We have red vested spitters on us. Red vests. I don't think there were any blue vests, luckily, but a ton of blue vests. I get some pretty good tags. And we are basically fighting retreat to relay, hold relay in a death ball, fighting retreat to next relay for an hour. We complete all of that. We hold the last relay as the majority of the zombies, vested spitters, shields, noodles, are all on us, trying to push through us. The relay has to be up for the witch to read the thing. So the zombies are just walking straight towards the human line, doing a 180 around the relay, and then getting tagged. It is a mess. Luckily, that was pretty close to safe zone. We get back to safe zone. We are completely exhausted. We lose a couple of people from exhaustion. We probably end up only having about 20 people. So we might have had 30. Oh, I forgot to mention that we crossed paths with Talon X James's group. And all of those zombies that were on that much larger group turned to get onto us. So those last few, we probably had 80% of the zombies. The last few relays, we probably had 80% of the zombies, including the adaptive special, which was a charger, I think, at that point. Let me make sure we're still running. Yeah, we're still running. Probably not gonna edit this at all. It's probably gonna go exactly as it is. We get to safe zone, we stop at hydration, and it completely slips my mind that hydration is considered a safe zone. The zombies do not, like, they agreed to a ceasefire around the hydration stations. So I'm like, whoa, watch out, there's zombies. And the zombies are just like, dude, it's hydration. We're not gonna tag any of y'all trying to get water. Like, oh, okay. I don't know how high my heart rate got, but for about an hour and a half straight, I was over 150. Well, we hydrate. It rains for about 10 minutes. My heart rate's still elevated. We go to cross towards Cambodia. We look up the hill towards the other side of safe zone. Okay, and here's basically every zombie. Basically every zombie is now on our ass. We fighting retreat to Cambodia as hard and as fast as possible. I don't think we lose a single person. For the Vanguard doesn't look back. They just split. I'm back with maybe 5 other people. Ray with her Raider and blowgun. Me with my single shot MXL, and then I think we have a couple of other people that I think Ryan is back there. I think Pixit is back there. I think Bradley bowed out. They had a problem with their knee through the first part of Mission 2, and I didn't even know that. That information was not relayed to me, and that's second in command of, like, Lore Corps. Noble has their own chain of command. But we fighting retreat from safe zone all the way to Cambodia. Now, Cambodia is this huge staircase, super steep, through this pretty wooded area in the middle of Athens campus. It had just rained. It's slick. We get basically to the bottom of the stairs, and here comes Brain, who's been our moderator this whole time. Here comes Brain to say, hey, safe walk to and up Cambodia. We're going to keep the zombies off of you. We don't want you fighting up these stairs. It's real dangerous to do so. Safe walk up the stairs. The stairs are safe. Well, I look at my Fitbit, and at bottom of Cambodia, I'm pushing 170 beats per minute. I get a quarter to a half of the way up Cambodia, and I'm like, I'm starting to realize, okay, I'm struggling here. I'm reaching that physical exhaustion level that could be considered a little bit dangerous. Like, background tasks are, like, shutting down. Like, I'm not thinking about the mission. I'm just thinking about getting to the top of these stairs. 3/4 of the way up the stairs, people are just going past me. I can't keep up with them anymore. I look down, and my heart rate is almost 200. I'm at 196 beats per minute. I get near the top of the stairs, and I hear medics talking behind me, and I see that Ray, our first in command of Lore Corps, is getting medical. So they like sit down. A couple of medics come up. Their heart rate, I think, went up to like 180, and that's kind of like where they feel is dangerous for them. A little bit lightheaded. So I stay back with them. Well, I get back down to around 170. I'm like, okay, I think I could make it to College Green, and I think I'll be good. I get to the top of the stairs, and there are 3 red vests, 2 of them spitters, and 5 regular zombies just chilling up there. So I look around and I'm like, no, I'm gonna get mediced out. I can't. I'm not about to get tagged by these 5 zombies because I couldn't make it to the top of these stairs. That is not the way I'm going out. I'm gonna get mediced out with Ray. So we get mediced out, go back to safe zone, safe walk, the whole deal, deband, walk back, and we sit out the rest of M2. We get our heart rates back down, we hydrate, we talk about the mission, and it was probably the most intense bit of nerfing that I've ever done. Except for maybe Final Stand, but that was kind of like, okay, 20 minutes, you're done. This was an hour plus of my heart rate being elevated more than it's been in a very, very long time. So we decide that we're not going to do M3. We decide instead we're going to go dossier hunting, and we decide that the clicker area is probably the place we want to do that at. So we pile into a couple of cars with Noble Team, what's left of the Noble Team. Some of them go back home, a couple of them have been tagged. I think Alec and possibly Leo. Again, I'm bad with names. They touched my thigh and I can't remember what their name is. But we make it to Convocation, and we actually sneak up on the clicker. So we get there, we are dead silent. We're looking around for about 10 minutes. The clicker has no idea we're there. The clicker is just in the middle, sitting on a bench, looking at their phone. There's supposed to be 2 clickers. Well, one of those clickers is with a debanded zombie and a photographer. The photographer notices us, looks down, and calls out to the clicker. That clicker looks up. Whoa, when did y'all get here? Hey guys, like, out of game, can you go get that other clicker? That other clicker is supposed to be here. If you can go get them, we're not going to activate. This is me asking you to, like, help us out here. So we go and get the other clicker, and we just, for probably about an hour, just walk around the Convocation looking for the dossier as the clickers are just slowly meandering around. Probably 30 minutes in, one of the clickers takes their noodles and slams them together, and it sounds like a gunshot goes off. I almost jump out of my skin, and it echoes, and the other clickers runs over. Hey dude, we're not supposed to be doing that. People thought those were gunshots before, and we almost got in some trouble for that before. So that doesn't happen again. We walk around, unable to find the dossier, but in my walking around, I hear the photographer, whose name I can't remember, possibly Ella? I can't remember. I see a couple of flashes my way. I look through the corner of my eye, and I see them taking pictures of me. And then they, out loud, oh, these are going to be so good. And I still haven't seen those. I haven't seen those yet. So, if you're watching this, get those out. I need to see them. Then we go to, the topmost dossier area. It's a very sketchy looking place behind a couple of businesses that we're not even sure we're in the right place. The sun's starting to go down, and we bail out. We don't get a dossier. Unfortunately. Eventually, Noah does get a dossier, but I think that happened between Mission 4 and 5. We go home. I think I get some pizza. That might have been after M0 that we got pizza. We go home. I eat half of a pizza. Go to sleep. Wake up the next day. M4. M4, we're in a new spot because we had to be moved out of, I can't remember, Walter, possibly? I can't remember what the name was. Morton Hall. We get kicked out of Morton Hall for one reason or another. I think there was a problem with, they shut off the power or something. because of construction in the area. So we move over to a different area, and we decide, so UF, so I think that's Orca possibly, UF, Lore Core, we decide we're going to go all the way to Intramural Field for one of the 3 areas that need to be basically a 60-minute hold. Looking for bottles, 60-minute hold basically. That's what we got to go do. They speed squad over, and we're still totally wiped. We leave pretty fast, but here comes a blue vest, and it's Evan. A blue vested Evan, which, crazy. Oh, these are actually backwards. Blue vested Evan, isn't that crazy? Evan became what he swore to destroy, a blue vest. And a shielded buff daddy. Only 2 zombies on us, so we decide, okay, we're going to kite them around, and we're not going to say anything about Intramural Field. We do not want any zombies going to Intramural Field. So we kind of kite them around, we go and we tag them. There was actually a pretty funny like back and forth that unfortunately Buff Daddy did not get between me and Evan. Evan comes up, we're kind of talking. Somebody says, "Oh, you became what you swore to destroy." They stay just out of range of the Radson, and I kind of like banter. "Oh, you're staying pretty far away. You know what the Radson can do." And Evan says, "Yeah, I know what its range is." And I said, "Oh, really? Do you?" Boom! Right in the chest from, I don't know, 40, 50, I don't know. It was a pretty good distance for an MXL. Right in the chest. And I said, "But you don't know about its now you know about its accuracy." And then we run off across the street, and like we kind of go off for probably 30 minutes or so. We're kind of doing our own thing. We're kiting these zombies around. Eventually they go off, and we make our way to Intramural Field to drop off some bottles, where Orca Company, the Floridians, the other Floridians, are kind of hanging out. We decide that we want to try to go up to College Green now, because there are no zombies basically at Intramural Field. They're perfectly good. They don't need our help. We're going to go try to pick up some more bottles and take them to College Green. Well, through an alleyway, we see probably 70 to 80 zombies. Oh shit. We hide around a corner, sneak through another alleyway, and decide, okay, we're not going to College Green. We're gonna try to make it back to Safe Zone. See if they need any help at Paw Print. We think that Paw Print's pretty much wiped at this point, just because of how close it was to Safe Zone. So that's what we tried to do. We pick up 3 stragglers, 3 random straggler humans, and go up to the catwalk. I don't know what it's actually called or what we could actually refer to it. We've been calling it the catwalk. It's a slightly raised area going back to Safe Zone, that area around Safe Zone, and it goes like, I don't know, quarter mile or so. So we walk all the way up there. We see probably 5 zombies coming our way, and we duck. Like, we basically get on the ground up against the wall, so like in where the corner would be, so that the zombies at a lower elevation can't see us. We let them pass, and we move forward. Here comes some more zombies, another group of zombies. We hide, they pass, we move forward. They hide, another group comes through. We hide, they pass, we move forward, and then we get down from the catwalk. No, we have Colin go forward, and there is a death ball happening on Paw Print. Basically the other half of the zombies, and there's no way. There's no way that we're going to be able to help them, so we decide to try to make it back to Safe Zone. Then here comes the horde. Well, all this time, we've seen a little group of humans gathering in the parking lot safe zone, so we decide we're going to book it to them. We book it to them, and here comes a couple of moderators. We have Michael, and I think Jenna. I think it's Jenna. The Uwu robot. In the pink and white. So they tell us near the end of M4 that we are the only humans alive. There's about 20 of us. And that's a problem, because with only 20 humans, you can't really have a very good M5. So they tell us you're the only ones left, which that surprised the hell out of me, because there were about 10 people at Intramural that were still alive last time we saw them. So for them to have been all turned with hardly any zombies, that was a huge surprise to us. We get told that you can do whatever you want for M4, and then you'll be able to play either human or zombie M5. We're not going to make you play what you got turned into or whatever. This is just the way it's going to go. So we're like, okay, well, what do we do? Bro, there's only 20 of us. Do we try to book it to College Green and complete the last objective? What do we do? Well, as we're planning, the zombies are all like, oh yeah, we won, because they did. There are 20 of us left. Here comes Michael again. Hey, the people from, we just got confirmation there are people still at Intramural. They just left. They're coming to they're going to the original safe zone. They're like, okay, well that's 10 that are going to safe zone. They completed their objective. All right, do y'all want to try to make the mad rush to College Green? We all 20 of us decide to make the rush to College Green. Probably 5 to 7 of our fastest people just book it. They don't even look back. They just book it. Here comes the horde. Well, they're faster than we are. We don't want to leave anybody behind, so we're only as fast as the slowest member. And probably 200 feet from safe zone, we are just overrun. Here comes zombies, shielded zombies, vests of all shapes, colors, noodles, everything. People are falling in front of me, and I think that I have help behind. Apparently I don't. My phone is coming apart. That's not good. Apparently I don't have people behind me. I say that, so I thought I had help behind. Then I get tagged from behind. I look around, and there is no human left. I was the very last human tagged of the group that stayed behind. So, call it top 20, 10 people had stayed behind. I guess some people might not have gone to M5, and then some people ran off. So of the people who stayed behind, in play, I was the last one alive. Well, I go to the safe zone. I figure, okay, the fast people of the horde are going to go get the 5 people who ran off, and I'm just going to rest for M5. They tell us that we can play whatever side we want. I decide I'm going to start as human, but I'm going to immediately turn myself, basically. We hang out between M4 and M5. I go talk to a bunch of people. I go sit around with Talanax and them. I talk to Charles of Containment Crew. I talk to Backyard Foam and Norman. It's good seeing Norman of Secondhand Blasters, I think. Forgive me if I got that wrong. And then we get to M5. Well, it starts raining. Pretty damn good, too. Luckily no thunder, just a lot of rain. We go huddle underneath some cover as we get all the humans, all the zombies back to where they need to go. M5 is it's basically our final stand, but the mission is there are like 5 fingers or so of brain that need to be taken out so that we can take out brain, which they can only be taken out by they're like these pieces of cardboard, like a gauntlet with a magnet, and then we got a magnet pieces of like pieces of defensive armor off of brain, which is the computer. It's like a whole thing. Well, they clear us to go running. I run with Speed Squad, break off of Speed Squad, and probably am 60 feet away from brain. And I unclip my belt. I put some socks in my pockets, unclip my belt, take out 3 socks, and run directly at brain. I get 3 tags, and I'm just barely clipped on the shoulder by a noodle. Then I go play zombie. I do not get a single tag. I do not know how to tie a bandana for use as a zombie. My headband keeps coming off. I can't see shit. It's rainy. And I get close. Colin, our runner, the so-called winner of M5. My phone's falling apart. Jesus, this is not good. The backside keeps peeling down. Colin, our runner, who ran all of M2, survived M0 by just running. I think they got an award for that, actually. We'll get to that in a minute. I almost tagged them. They either dry fire or miss me. I sprint towards them and I tag them, and they were going to take the tag. Until, hey, where's your bandana? And I look like 15 feet behind me. My bandana fell off before I made the tag. So I didn't get a single tag as a zombie. That's the only time I've ever played zombie. I've survived through until like the last seconds of every HVZ that I've been a part of. Ugh. Let me make sure this is still running. Again. Yeah, we're still running. We're an hour in. No tags. It starts to really rain. We kind of hang out. I get some pictures. Talk to some more people. And then we get to awards. Now, there was a moment where I thought I was being nominated. Just because, oh, they got a really cool kill on this zombie. And during M2, this really long-range MXL kill. I'm like, oh, me? Me? No, somebody else. Okay, fine. I'm not sad or anything. So they go through all of the awards. Now I don't remember who won all the awards, but I can go through who won of our group who won awards. First, Chase won Silliest Death. Chase backed into an untriggered clicker and got tagged. That's how they got tagged. Chase is a friend, not part of the group, but a friend. They have a pretty customized, actually one of these specifically, a B-car Radson. They used pretty good effect. I'm gonna need to fix that before the next video. Sorry for that. I can't help it. It's probably like, oh, we're gonna look over here now. Oh, we're gonna look over here now. So, let's see. Who else won? Colin. It's like, oh, Best Human Award or something like that. Colin, for winning M0, wins an award. Don't remember which award. Probably Best Human. Pixit, our sock ninja, wins Best Loadout. Just barely over Jolt Vest. Or Chef Jolt Vest. Or Jolt Apron. I think, actually. They win with 150 socks, and only 150 socks, which they did have a single shot MXL, but we're not going to count that. They win best loadout. Then Noah wins like best costume, all black. I don't think they did face paint, but spinner propeller hat, and like a specific makeup. Like I think they had like lipstick, and maybe they did like their eyes. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but they ended up winning best costume. There were some really good costumes too. Squirrel and Squirrel's brother, I think. They were pretty dapper. I think the chef Jolt apron or whatever they went by was also up there. So we had 3 of our group, at least 3. Oh gosh, I hope I'm not missing somebody. I would feel so bad if I was missing somebody. But I think 3 won awards. It's pretty cool. Well, we get back, we shower, and we're just kind of talking about the event. We go eat. Noble. No, I think we go eat later. We kind of hang out. No, we do go eat. We go eat. We come back. We kind of hang out, watch some video, because we took some video. And we, the entire weekend, I was just sitting in one particular chair, just throwing darts at people with pinpoint accuracy. Well, I throw some MXL darts, and we start throwing some MXL darts back and forth. Well, they make the decision, a couple of people make the decision to get out their MXL pistols. And so I take the bad one, the lower FPS non-BCAR one, and I'm just boom, 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 just shot after shot after shot. Well, then they start getting their regular blasters out, which escalates to somebody getting a BK2S out, which escalates to, hey, if we're going to do this, we need to put on iPro. So we all put on iPro, and we have an impromptu Nerf war at the Lore Core house. Special Agent Ray's dad holes up in a corner behind 2 couches with pillows propped up. So the only thing I can see is muzzle and like half of a face, and I thread the needle from across the room. Now I think I picked up my B-car, but pinpoint across the room like 2 or 3 times, just pop right in the face. Which is all they were showing. So, I mean, what else can I do? I'm not going to shoot them when they're using an Artemis. Just pop, 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 pop. Well, it quickly devolves to 2 sides. Well, I run off to one side into like this little cubby where the door is. We shoot and we shoot and we shoot. No rules. Basically, if you can take the shots, then you don't have to take your hits. You only retreat when you can no longer take what you're getting hit by. We do that back and forth. People are loading up. Eventually, I run out of darts. I have no more MXL. So I'm like, hey, hold on. I drop all my stuff because I had put on my belt at one point. Put all my stuff down and go, all right, who wants some? And I just start running around, just lightly, love tapping people. Just melee only. Well, eventually I get access to a noodle, and I'm a lot less nice about the noodle. I'm just whapping people with the noodle, running back and forth, taking shots, bam, 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 and then just giggling as I'm running away. Michael is trying to take out Special Agent Ray's dad. We go, like it devolves. Michael then runs off into his room and barricades the door. Oh my god, this thing is really bad. I need to take care of that. And barricades the door. Well, I decide to go over there and breach the door. I run in, bang, 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 just hitting the hell out of Michael with the noodle. A couple of people try to go in, but Michael was somewhat ready for us with a single shot cryptid, which is the pump action remix of a sludge fire, or front barrel of a sludge fire. So that thing's hitting hard, like 140, 150, 160 single shot. Michael has some video of Colin trying to run in, getting shot, going, woo, and then running off again. They load up, shut the door, turn off the light, and we all decide ceasefire. We're going to go breach the door and get Michael. Michael's holed up. We all come in, or we try to breach. He stops us from breaching. And then like a few minutes later, we breach again. This is everybody. We're just unloading on Michael. I run in, bang, 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 bang. And then I retreat a little bit, and then hide behind behind his bed. And I just kind of sit there. I let them do all their stuff, and then I call, retreat, retreat. Everybody starts filing out of the door, just continuing to unload on Michael, out the door. Michael, I think, is out of ammo at this point. And stay out. Michael gets up from where he was, comes around the front of the bed. It's still pitch black dark. I get up and just start hammering the shit out of Michael. Sneak attacking Michael. And just laughing my head off. I run out, and I think it wasn't too much longer. Special Agent Ray's dad barricades himself, not barricades, but blocks the door, the front door to his room. And we're like, people are trying to get in. I sneak through the bathroom, which is a master bath that also goes into the rest of the house. I sneak in through the master bath, through the door. I open it slowly, and then sneak attack from behind. Special Agent Ray's dad, just bang, 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 bang. And then people start filing in. It wasn't too long after that we kind of quit. We still had our blasters. And then Noble pops in. They go onto the porch. We see them. And in comes, I don't remember who it was. One of them comes in with a vulture, I think. I think they come in with a vulture. And they said, "Oh, you were ready for us. We were going to come in and sneak attack you." And then we kind of went through some more footage. We kind of talked about things that had happened, how much fun we had, and all this. This is when, I think it was Leo. I feel bad. Pretty sure it was Leo. That's when Leo grabbed my thigh. We all had a good time. Drank a little bit. Withered Colin and Shadow Bradley. We had some good times. And then we kind of went to sleep, and then by the time we woke up the next day, it was time to gather our things and head out. We kind of all went our separate, we filed into two or three cars and kind of went our own separate ways. Talked about potentially what potential games we might be doing in the future. I know for sure, it doesn't matter how I'm getting up there, I'm going to do Tennessee this year. I am going to Tennessee for the Invitational, their second Invitational, in October of 2026. I'm doing it. If I have to go by myself and crash at James's place, that's what I'll do. I had a great time. It was a much different, more intense, but so much more fun experience going with a large group, something like this. I did go with a smaller group to a pretty non-standard HVZ, but this was a whole different ball game. Multi-day, a bunch of people in our group, and with the zombies, it felt like the zombies were targeting us the entire time. It was just so fun. Cannot wait to do it next year. Can't wait for a couple of more invitationals. I think I'm going to stop over at FSU for maybe a skirmish near the beginning of their year. See what I can do to help them out. And have a great time with all them again. So, I think that's it. This has been Radioactive. It has been it was such a great time. And I hope to see all of you at the next one. I'm Radioactive, and I hope you have a great day.